Hello, everyone. It's Collins a joke and Mr. Joe, and Collins a joke with real life experience. It's an amazing day today, and enjoy this flow with us.
Thank you for being here once again.
Yeah, today it's a little more unique. We are going to discuss something that is so important to
Yeah.
each one of us, and it means 10,000 to each one of you listening in. Leave your comment. Leave a question. Let's keep the interaction going. And today we are here with culture and identity.
That's a very powerful one.
I can see the smile means a lot. Like the
Uh,
sound alone, it means 10,000 or more.
that it's heavy.
Heavy.
That's very heavy.
Culture and identity for you, Mr. Joe.
Well, viewers, thank you for having us again on culture and identity today. Just like we all know, it's two things in one. Culture, identity. These are two powerful things to discuss, but we're going to try to squeeze it into our time just to give you a kind of periphery on what these things mean to us. You know, in a world that has become so modern and, technological, scientific, we tend to forget our roots. You cannot talk about culture without mentioning where you came from. And you cannot talk about culture without mentioning identity. That is why we have merged these two things today for your better understanding culture and identity. Culture depicts where you're coming from, the people's way of life. Traditionally, the way you guys do things, your activities in the year, the way you guys live your life, where you come from, that is your culture. Now, there are things that we have, forgotten or we're beginning to forget about culture because we travel from one place to another in search of green pasture, better life, better job opportunities, and people travel for marriage, for relationship these days,
For safety.
for safety too.
Yeah.
There are 1001 reasons why people live
Even they
there.
travel for tourism,
Yes,
bettering themselves.
of course. But we are going to discuss culture and identity today
And discover.
and discovery too. Yeah,
Very important.
people travel to discover things
And they
for
never
themselves.
intend to go back to their own culture. When they discover what they found is better.
Then they stay wherever they are.
Yes.
So, my good people, culture is the people way of life.
Mm.
Those things we are known with, things we are known for, things we do, the way we behave, both in the private and in the public, our food, our dressings, the way we talk, presentations, our language,
Hey,
there are many things.
how we marry.
How we marry.
Hey, very important. How we marry.
Yeah. So my people, culture has a very big depth. Like it has an in-depth of where you are coming from or where you came from. Identity goes with it because I am from Nigeria,
I didn't know. Tell
West
me.
Africa, right? And when you come to Nigeria, I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria, and we're known as Igbo.
Igbo, the Igbo people,
Igbo
right?
nation.
Okay.
Igbo nation.
Oh.
So we have the way we behave. Like any person from Nigeria can tell you this is an Igbo man when they see one. And to those that don't come from Nigeria, there is this way we carry ourselves that distinguishes us from the rest of Nigerians, right? And the rest of the world. Like there's a way you behave in the public and people begin to ask, where is she from? Where is he from?
You know,
So those things that distinguishes you from other people are your identity
something that makes
embedded
you
in
special.
culture. That is who you are. Your culture is your identity, and your identity is who you are.
Me, I'm Ugandan,
Okay.
and a Ugandan who comes from the northern part
Okay.
of Uganda, and
Yes.
I'm an Arul, by the way.
Amana rule.
I
Okay.
am an Arul.
A rule. Okay.
Yes, the most loyal, beautiful, hardworking,
I see.
amazing
Okay.
person
Okay.
this world has ever produced.
Now, because I talk about Igbo people, I want to talk about Aru people,
And
right?
we are not many, by the way.
Okay.
We are not many. We are
Alright.
very, very few. But one thing, just like we're talking about culture and identity,
Yes.
when you started talk about something that you identified
For
with,
yourself,
with the
yeah.
lyric, my culture, women from my culture are so valued, like they are valuables,
Okay.
like because of the respect they are bringing and everything. There's
That's
that
right.
value attached to them. So there is dowry. The price of the dowry is
Mhm.
really, really,
Very
really
big.
so big. In Uganda, we have about more than 40 cultures.
Mm.
Like culture is
Ethnic
not
groups,
yes groups. So every
Yeah.
one of them has their
their
way.
own
Yes.
way of life.
So because we come from different places,
Yes.
the dowry is paid
Different.
differently.
And you guys dowries it so much.
I'm telling you, not actually our own is not actually to the extreme. There is one other tribe, like nobody will ever want to marry from
Yes,
there. And they usually marry within their own groups
So
because
the-
it's very expensive. So
Yeah.
when you talk about culture and identifying you by who you are, I mean, that is part of the value that I never want to drop down. Though
Yes,
it's a little manipulating
And
at
it
one
still
point.
lives with you right now, right?
When I
Even
think
though you're in
about it,
Canada.
when I think about it, I even laugh. I'm like, I mean, this era of AI, I don't know what they are going to do about it, whether we have to start carrying robots to the families to go and marry from there.
We are really in a big and developing modern society.
But culture has to
That
be,
is still
man.
culture has to remain because
Yeah.
that is who we were. We are touchlighting on this today because we have traveled and we have seen that many people have dropped. Let me not say culture, because you might not be able to practice your culture where you find yourself currently, but denying your identity is what is very
What
weird.
is denying your identity?
Denying your identity is denying who you are, denying where you are from, denying your way of life from the source where you were born, your village, your locality. Like without that village, there'll be no you, right? Because that is where your mother, your father come from. And they were able to see themselves in that locality to, get married and give birth to it. That is your root. Right.
Do you know
So-
one day, a
Yeah.
few days back, somebody called me and asked me that, why do you keep on saying that you're Ugandan? Do you think it's healthy?
Seriously?
I'm telling you the
Wow.
truth, and I'm like, you think it's not healthy?
This is the level
Do you
where
think you would see me without Uganda?
no.
No. I mean, it does not mean that I don't appreciate where I stand today.
Yes, and where you are
but
today.
it means that I have a
A
background.
place you're coming from.
Yes, I come from somewhere, and I really need to appreciate. And this is why even being grateful, gratitude comes from here,
Of course.
because that's where you made. That is your formation.
The beginning of your life journey. If you don't have any place you are coming from, there will be no place for you to be going to. So all of us has come from somewhere, and that is your root, that is your culture, that is your identity. So it's quite appalling that these days you see people abroad and they try to hide who they are. Like I've seen people who are from my locality, right, that cannot speak my language.
You want them
here.
to be local.
Not to some people, they know how to speak this language.
You
but when
want
they
to
say,
localize people. They have to come here and
It's-
speak
it's-
the slang of the English, and you
Well-
want them to go and speak Igbo. Come on.
English language is not, being smart. knowing how to speak other languages is not being smart. What is not smart is you not being able to express yourself,
In your
be
own
confident about
language.
who
Be
you are.
proud of who you are.
That is what is not smart. So our culture, our identity is who we are. It's supposed to be carried with us to wherever. Okay, how are people going to know about that your little village? Like being in Nigeria, how are people going to know about my little village now if I don't carry myself as a confident Igbo man who has come from that clan, who has come from that community? If I have not presented myself in such a way that people ask where I'm coming from, so how are people going to know about my village?
And you know, sometimes
Right?
white people are even very shy of where they come from.
Well, yeah.
Because they have chose to live a life that is not their own, and they end up making errors all the time. And you know what happens? They'll be like, where do they come from? Where do they come from? Because now that is a sign that your originality has a contribution
to your growth,
to your and success. Who you are. Your identity.
The original.
I mean, the roundup of who you are, your behavior and your conduct takes you back to where you come from, because they will not say, oh, where do they live? No, where do they come from? Now, in the place where we are, the usual, which country? Who are they? So they start naming you out because of where you come from.
Yes.
But we don't want usually to attribute good things from where we come from.
Like, that's
there are
really
things
bad.
I cannot do because I'm Ugandan. You know why?
That is the identity. That is what we're talking about.
There are things I cannot do because I'm Ugandan. And there are certain things I am learning to do, not because I was taught this from home, but because of the society I live in today. Like for me, it was really very hard for me to address somebody, mostly like my bosses. I'll talk about my bosses in this context by first name.
Yes.
I mean,
because we don't call people by their names.
I mean, it's
people who are higher in age,
01,
who are higher in position.
Yes.
You don't
high in authority. You usually had to include Mr., Mrs., Sir, Madam,
especially
teacher.
Sir and Madam.
Yes, but again, in the society where we live, again, some people feel it is inappropriate for you to address them by Sir or Madam. I mean, I'm trying to work on myself
to balance out.
Yes, and if I find it like applicable, if I discern this is an environment where I can use it, it can never leave me, right?
Of course.
There are people like elders from my country that I meet and get down on my knees.
That's right.
Irrespective of where I meet them, if it's the first time I'm getting in, I'll get down on my knees because I know it from home. Getting on my knees is respecting elders, irrespective of the money, irrespective of the place, irrespective of the position. Knees down. Mostly when you're a girl child.
That's why there are two things involved here. Denying your identity and throwing away your identity. You know, these are two things. Like, depending on who you meet here, right? Some people have already thrown away their identity. Why? Some are in the business of denying their identity. It's not like, okay, you know this a Ugandan. You are very sure that even the person is bearing a Ugandan name. And you understand? Even the name is from your community. You are happy that you have seen a brother. You're happy you have seen a sister. Then you see the person behaving like he or she is white. I don't know. You don't talk to me. You're local. Whatever. They snub you. They snub you. These are people who knows how to speak your language, who has come from your community. You can even address them, but you can even call them their name as people you know, but they snub you. That is people who are in the business of denying their identity.
It's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy. It's not healthy. You cannot totally throw away yourself.
And that's why we are in a community, we are in a society where diversity is welcome.
Over here is welcome.
Very welcome.
It's welcome because
100%.
They don't want you to throw away who you are, not even to the extent of denying. That one is the worst.
And that's why now this is actually beyond that. For people who come to Canada to come and settle in here,
Yeah.
I will talk about the refugees, because sometimes they need assistance from the government. Do you know that they provide you with somebody who speaks
Your language.
your language? What does that mean?
Then in that position, if you claim that you cannot speak that language coming from Uganda, how do you find a helper? How are you going to find
How
a
do you
guy?
pretend? Because the English itself you cannot settle very well.
Where we're coming from, Africans, we have a tongue. You
And they
understand?
respect it everywhere we go, but we are
It is
trying to deny
respected,
ourselves.
but here we are trying to, you know, speak in.
Take away our freedom ourselves.
Oh my God.
We are putting
Why?
ourselves
Why?
in bondage. Yet we are in a place, a land of freedom, by the way. I've seen people here celebrate independence.
Of course. They
Like
celebrate
every culture
Yeah.
will show up, like every country,
and do their stuff.
and do their stuff free.
Peace,
So
free,
why
and
don't
quietly.
why don't you really honor who you
Only
are?
who you are.
Who
We,
you
we,
are.
we don't really want to dive deep into this because of our time, but
No.
now you know
don't
where
go,
we're
please.
going to. And
Don't go, please.
for another
So,
day, let's just keep it the
whoever
way
who
it
is
is.
running away from identity and culture, please
Accept who you are, where you are coming from.
forgive yourself and come back home. Please, we love you so much.
And people over here love you like that.
We love you so much.
Yes.
Come home. They love us. They love us the way we are, where we are.
Your
Yeah.
people love you too. They wouldn't want you to
Exactly.
change.
Let's do one thing in honor of our cultures. Please, wherever you are, be the flag bearer of your country.
Of your country.
Be a flag bearer
your
for the
locality.
good. Let's not have a name. Let's not have a bad branded name.
That's
Mr.
right.
Joe,
Yeah.
I'm not going to call you Igbo. You're going to tell me about Igbo anyways. But let's keep loving self. And as we love self, let's advocate for who we are. Let's be ambassadors
And
of
keep it real.
good moral standards, because we are taught something different from. Let's be who we are. Let's love each other and respect, by the way, and love our cultures.
That's it.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
showing
very
up.
much.
We love you so much, and we'll see you in another
See you next time in the
another
next
episode
episode.
of culture and food. Thank you.